Hey lovelies! Today I'm going to do a
Q&A. Get ready with me, I think it's what it's called.
I will show you a picture I was inspired from. I saw this look on Instagram and I was like, gorgeous. I've done a similar look before, but I figure I didn't film it, so I'll do that today. And I figure while I'm at it, let's answer some questions. So I asked people on Instagram to send me questions for today. I figure I'd start with the really in-depth, like personal questions and take it from there. So I am just going to start getting ready, doing my makeup, and answering these questions. So the first question, this one really hit close to home because it's something that I take very seriously. And the question is, does pineapple belong on pizza? I'm astonished that that's even a question because the answer, if you need one, is very clearly yes. Hawaiian pizza is literally my favorite kind of pizza. Pizza with sweet sauce and pineapple on top, that is my bread and butter, my jam, my ice cream sundae. I ran out of things to compare it to. Yes, it belongs on pizza. I'd also like to point out the fact that I wore this really cute top and you can't see it because of how I'm sitting this close, so I just wanted you to know it was there. I'm bringing y'all in closer for this part. Here's a makeup question. By the way, this is like a mix of like makeup and just real life regular questions. So the question is, what have been your favorite and least favorite products that you've tried? That is a very difficult question to answer. I feel like favorite products would definitely be the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It's funny because I haven't used it in any of my videos because I ran out of it, and I like to try different things. When I run out of my current foundation, I will be going back to the Too Faced Born This Way because it is literally my favorite foundation. Absolute favorite. Another favorite of mine is this Morphe 39A palette that I'm actually using today for this look. This is my first Morphe eyeshadow palette. For this many eyeshadows and this good of quality, it is inexpensive. I would definitely recommend. Least favorite products. When I bought the Tarte Shape Tape concealer for under my eyes, I don't love it. I don't really like it. It made my under eyes super cakey and creasy throughout the day. And obviously that's not cute. I don't know if they have reformulated. I bought that, I think around like when it originally came out. Maybe they've changed the formula, but yeah, everyone is obsessed with it and I don't get it. The LA Girl Pro Concealer, way less money and now in my coffee. That's beautiful. That's all I got though for right now. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Sorry, I should have given that more thought. Okay, next question. Ooh, what is your favorite Christmas tradition? Well, my original answer would have been Christmas morning, sitting at the top of the stairs with my siblings, waiting for my mom to make the cinnamon buns and telling us that we could come downstairs now, and we would run down the stairs and immediately go tear open our presents. But, I'm not a child anymore. So, my new favorite Christmas tradition is Christmas Eve is like really our Christmas, almost in a sense. Christmas Eve, we have my grandparents come over after we all go to church together, and we eat brie cheese and crackers, and we watch a Christmas movie, and we just spend time together, just my immediate family. There's no craziness. It's just very relaxed and cozy, and usually that's when the siblings will exchange our gifts to, why do I always emphasize that? That's when we'll exchange our gifts to each other, but this year we are all broke, so that won't be happening. Not to mention, my brother will be in Florida. The next question is, where would you take a one-day ticket to and why? That's a really good question, and my answer might surprise some people that know me, but I'll explain why this is my answer. I would say New Orleans, because I wouldn't say that I would want to spend like a week there or anything, but I have always wanted to go there just because the culture seems so fun, and obviously the music, I hear the food is amazing. So it's like, it just seems like a really fun place to just go kind of hang out for a day and then come back home. Honestly, ever since I saw the Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog, that like really made me want to go there. Is that silly? So the scariest thing I've ever done, they both involve singing. So the first time, well, that was way too much. The first time I sang in front of people other than my family was terrifying. I was, I think, 14, and I was singing Mary Did You Know a cappella. Okay, so the first time I'm singing in front of people, I don't even have music as like a, to back me up and cover up my flaws. So I'm singing Mary Did You Know a cappella in my church Christmas play. And I was terrified, okay? When I was younger, and I loved singing for my family, but I would get so nervous that I would literally have to turn around and stand in the corner of the room facing the wall. I'd ask for a wooden spoon to use as my microphone, and I would just stand there and I would inhale and then immediately start giggling because I just so nervous. So it was terrifying, but one of the directors, she gave me the advice of closing my eyes and just singing it. This was in rehearsal, and it honestly helped so much. And, I was able to do it, and it was scary, but it was all good. And now these things are laughable because I lead worship at my church, and so this is just my everyday life now. But at the time, speaking in front of people was not something that I did, and singing in front of people was not something I did. Singing at home, oh yeah, all the time, but it's a little different when people are actually listening. I'm sure there are non-music related answers, but I can't think of anything right now. So they also asked, what is your most important accomplishment to you? Kind of going back to college, I know this is maybe cheesy, or maybe it's not a big deal to other people who have gone to college, but college was really hard for me. It was not an enjoyable experience, but I wanted to finish, and just to be able to say that I did it. And it wasn't hard for me in the sense that I had anxiety like I did in cosmetology school, but it was a lot of work. I was balancing a lot of things in my life between work and school and serving at church and family and a social life and just all these things. It was a lot. And there were some really difficult times. I sort of explained in another video that, I would look around me half the time at the other students, and I felt like they were all getting things way faster than I did, and it made sense to them and it didn't make sense to me. And that was really, really hard. But I just had to work harder and study more and do more work. And I graduated with, you know, a GPA that I'm proud of, and I can say that, like, okay, I accomplished that. That's, yeah. I don't know. Okay, this next question is actually a biggie. They asked, what has God been teaching you lately? And that is such a loaded question. It's not even funny. He has been teaching me a lot of things. But I started seeing a counselor at church because of my anxiety. And I feel like I'm learning things about the kind of person that God wants me to be, like how I respond to certain things and act in a way that, like, my life was bought at a price, which means it's no longer my own. I live for Christ, and I am to strive every day to look like Jesus and make the choices that he would make. And that means treating people differently than sometimes we naturally want to respond to certain things. We want to give in to our frustration. We want to give in to our hurt, and we want to act out in that way. But that's not what he's teaching me to do. He's teaching me to do the opposite. He's teaching me that, you know, sometimes you have to swallow your pride or swallow your hurt, because you can't change people, only God can. And rather than responding in a way of out of that hurt, you respond in a way of servanthood. That was huge for me the other day. But I also just feel like in everything that I've been going through with where I'm at in my life, etc., I feel like he's just teaching me. It's such an obvious thing, but like, hello, like, I am all you need. So, like, come to me, come to my word and be filled and find your rest there. You're not going to find it in, you know, sitting in front of the TV and watching a movie. Like, yes, like, you know, I'm not at all saying that that's, like, not a good thing, but it's just like, that's not ultimately what we should be turning to. Like, you're not going to find your satisfaction in a job. Like, sure, you might find a job that you enjoy and you might, you know, do good work, but the satisfaction is in God alone. And the satisfaction is in everything that we do. The Bible says, whether it's eating, drinking, breathing, like, all of it is to the glory of God. So no matter what I'm doing job-wise, or where I'm at, if I'm in a relationship or not in a relationship, or, you know, how people are treating me, like, everything that I say and do should be to glorify God. And if that's what I'm doing, then I'm in a good spot. So I'm just going with that. When was the last time you really pushed yourself to your limits and was worth it? So this might seem silly, what I'm about to say, because as some of you might know, I dropped out of cosmetology school, just because of really bad anxiety and, you know, all of that. But for the time being, while I was there, I was pushing myself, and no, I didn't finish and come out with a cosmetology license, but I had so many other cool opportunities while I was there, just like on a spiritual level, that it was completely worth it to go through what I went through while I was there. It was worth it knowing that I made the relationships that I made while I was there. And I saw God move in really cool ways while I was there. So, you know, as much as it stinks that it didn't work out, I don't regret it, because I know that good came out of it. It might not be the good that I was hoping would come out of it, but good came out of it. And for that, I am very happy and it was worth it. Okay, so this person asked, what made you start a YouTube channel and what age did you start wearing makeup? What made me start a YouTube channel? Well, I have been watching YouTube videos since like middle school, high school. And that's actually when I started wearing makeup. I really wanted to wear makeup in like middle school. My mom was like, no. So I was like, cool. So then high school came around and she was like, okay, you can start wearing the makeup. And I didn't even go crazy. Like my sister is actually the one who got me into makeup. She started watching YouTube and she was like, oh my gosh, you have to watch these videos and I love makeup. And I would watch her do her makeup and I was like, oh, that seemed really cool. And that's pretty much when I got into it. I have like that right side of the brain, like creativity in me. And so like filming videos, like coming up with concepts, filming videos and editing them, like that's all super fun, I realized. And I would also have people ask me questions enough that I was like, okay, well, maybe if I start making videos, people can watch them and they can know what I'm using or they can see how I'm doing this and it'll sort of answer people's questions for them. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. Someone asked me, why are you so perfect? That's a great question. I don't know. LOL. That's all I have to say. LOL. I'm not going to answer questions while I do my eyeliner. Hold on. Okay, while this is drying, I will answer the next question. Someone said, if you're completely new to makeup, what kind of brushes do you recommend? Okay, so if you are new to makeup, I recommend, actually, whether you're new to makeup or not, I would still recommend these brushes because they are inexpensive and amazing. Any of the e.l.f. brushes and any of the Morphe brushes, I would for sure recommend because they don't cost tons of money compared to other brushes and they are amazing. It's all I use. So somebody asked, how many different brushes should I be using? And the way to answer that question is just to ask, how many products are you applying? You know, do you like to blend your foundation with a sponge or with a brush? Because I always use a sponge, but if I want to be extra, I'll use both. So like some dense brush like this for foundation, that's going to give you the best coverage. Do you apply a powder all over your face to set it? Then I would use a big fluffy brush. I have a bronzer brush. I have a contour brush, which I hardly ever contour. I have a brush for setting my under eyes. I have a brush for blush. I have a brush for blending out my nose contour. I have a highlighting brush. And then I have all my eyeshadow brushes. But of the eyeshadow brushes, the main ones, I would get like a big fluffy brush for the crease. This is the Morphe M532 brush. Or you could get the Morphe M535, which is a little bit smaller. I would get some sort of flat, dense brush like this for the lid color. This is the Morphe E14. And that'll give you like your most basic looks. But if you like to do something a little extra, you know, that's when you start to get into like all of these different sized crease brushes. Like, you know, this is going to give you for like in the crease if you want something really precise. And this is going to blend everything together. And this is like a smaller shader brush. And that like, there's just, yeah, you know. I also love this brush for if you want to get like really precisely on the eyelid. This is the Morphe M124 brush. This is also great. And I recommend all those brushes because like I said, they don't cost a ton of money. So you can't really go wrong.
Next question.
How did you get to be so beautiful? What are you trying to say, Mom? Are you saying I wasn't already beautiful? How did I get to be so beautiful? You think I'm beautiful? Ooh! If you could only wear one makeup brand, what would it be? Okay. What are you doing to me, people? if I could only use one makeup brand, I guess I'd have to say Too Faced. Because, oh, wait a minute. Do they have a mascara? Oh my gosh. Oh, what am I talking about? Too Faced does have a mascara. I'm so stupid. The name of it is not appropriate, so I'm not gonna say it. But it's better than... Okay, and the last question is, if you could only use 3 makeup products for 1 whole year, what would they be? My question is, what are you trying to do to me? That's really hard because, okay, so here's the thing. I have an excessive lipstick collection. It is like, if I'm doing my makeup at all, like I have to wear lipstick. But I also need blush. I live for blush and lipstick. But my under eyes are also horrible, so I need under eye concealer. But then if I have under eye concealer and lipstick and blush, like I need mascara. So if one of those has to go, does chapstick count as makeup? Because I could, as long as I have something on my lips, I could, I guess, do without lipstick. Oh, I'm so sorry I said that to you. I didn't mean it. So I guess I would use mascara, blush, and under eye concealer. That's cute. Wow, that timing worked out perfectly. I answered all the questions, and I answered all the questions. I just said that. I answered all the questions, and I finished my face.
Okay, my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous friends.
I'm gonna leave all the product details in the description box. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying. Oh, I also think I'm officially done, like, setting up this background. I got my lights. I got my Audrey breakfast at Tiffany's picture because I'm obsessed with Audrey Hepburn. Got my little plants. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know. I still don't know how to end these things. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day now. Bye! I think I just broke my chair.